There is a new contender for the Democratic nomination for president in 2020. His name is Senator Bernie Sanders.
Bernard.
Bernie Sanders, as you can recall, ran for president in 2016, lost the Democratic nomination to Hillary Clinton, but he is back for 2020.
Real change never takes place from the top on down, but always from the bottom on up.
Bernie Sanders' healthcare for all idea is gaining steam.
Free tuition, free college tuition, free tuition champion, Senator Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders added, the greatest threat to national security is climate change.
The future of our planet is at stake.
Sanders taking on Amazon.
Bernie Sanders has been consistent hammering about income inequality.
Nobody in America works 40 hours a week, should be living in poverty. So our economy is rigged. We have a campaign finance system which is corrupt.
Sanders leading the charge to stop war against Yemen.
The first time ever the Senate has voted to end an unauthorized war.
The fight against injustice has been the work of his life.
Jobs and education, not jails and incarceration.
Bernie's back.
It looked like he waited to drop his name after everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think all those other people needed more, I don't know, more energy behind their early. They need more early energy because Bernie is significantly more popular than them.
Yeah, I like his campaign ad. This first one, I do like it. Just trying to remain objective and unbiased. We see campaign ads. I liked Kamala Harris's campaign ad. I liked it. It was good. It was good for her. Like I said, like if you're just looking at campaign ads, I mean, yeah, it was fine.
It was bouncy.
Yeah, it was bouncy.
It was bouncy.
Even Cory Booker's was good. It was good. You just know he's fake.
It would have been good if he had somebody else to do the voiceover instead of him.
That's funny. But I like that Bernie Sanders, he really went into significant strengths that is, that is all about him. He talked about the fight for 15. He talked about increasing or helping to increase wages at Amazon and Disney. He talked about the fight for civil rights, even showed that picture of him way back in the 60s. That part I really do like because as we recall back in 2015 and 2016, when he started his campaign, that was not a very prevalent part of his candidacy, talking about race relations, talking about civil rights, talking about Black Lives Matter. It wasn't like a significant part of his candidacy. Not at first. He definitely did get better. He talked to Black Lives Matter. He adjusted his platform. So that was good, but by him leading with it right now, I think is very good. But like I said, just looking at the significant strengths that comes along with the Bernie Sanders, Medicare for all, talking about tuition-free colleges and universities, talking about the Green New Deal. Like I said, these are actual strengths. These are things that he has led the fight on. So it's a good start. And obviously it is a good start because within, actually it was under, I think, 4 hours, his campaign said that he had raised $1 million in just under four hours. And so in comparison, when Kamala Harris had announced, it took her 24 hours to raise $1.5 million. So he's probably at this point, this is several hours after we read that information. So he's probably past that point by now. He had an interview on Tuesday morning on CBS This Morning with John Dickerson.
So, Senator Sanders, you're going to run for president?
I am going to run for president. That's correct.
What's going to be different this time?
We're going to win. We are going to also launch what I think is unprecedented in modern American history, and that is a grassroots movement, John, which will have at least 1 million people from every state in this country coming together to not only defeat Donald Trump, not only to win the Democratic nomination, but also to lay the groundwork for transforming the economic and political life of this country. That's what's different.
And that's your theory, which is that without the groundswell, without the grassroots, you can't change the politics.
That's exactly right. Look, John, We are the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all. And the reason for that is the power of the insurance companies. We pay by far the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. That's the power of the pharmaceutical industry. We have a corrupt political system in which billionaires can contribute unlimited sums of money. That's the power of the top 1% and the billionaire class. And on it goes. So somebody can come before you and say, look, I want to do A and I want to do B, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, the only way that real change takes place is when millions of people stand up, fight back, and say, enough is enough. We're going to have a government that works for all of us, not just the few.
He pretty much has the same message. Again, I think what I would hope that he wants to do is clean up maybe some of the things. Again, like leading with civil rights, actually trying to appeal to people of color right away and immediately, because we never saw in that campaign ad, we never saw him actually promote old pictures from the 60s when he was getting arrested. We never saw him do that.
I think he was a bit
2016.
I think he was a bit apprehensive about that. You know, because usually a comms team, your communications team and your public relations team will search for anything.
Right.
Even if it's kind of like very minor, I guess, to present to people as some sort of proof of something.
Right.
And there's plenty of proof of that for Bernie Sanders, but yet they seemed a bit apprehensive at presenting that.
Yeah.
I think they did that because they didn't want Bernie Sanders to steal the thunder of some other maybe civil rights figures in the Democratic Party. But I do think it's a good step forward to at least put that picture there. I think as far as appealing to Republicans or independents or whatever, I think it's important for him to lead with the whole kind of insurance company issue, Medicare for all issue, because that's not something that's specific to a party. Everybody in the United States, for the most part, needs insurance. Everybody in the United States, for the most part, knows somebody or they themselves are going through some sort of health issue that they cannot get over because of the cost of insurance. So I think that's a good issue to lead with. And you can't really attack Bernie and saying that's kind of a partisan issue, because it's not.
No, it's not. And as we have talked about here on the show, across the board, now, of course, to a lesser degree, Republicans, but Republicans and Democrats across the board, they do favor Medicare for all over anything else. So, like I said, I like to hear Bernie Sanders talk like that. That's a very strong message that he was trying to deliver.